So if you guys remember, Nvidia was trying to acquire ARM, not this ARM, but rather AR. What is it? How's it go? How's it spelled? I think it's actually spelled ARM, ARM.
It's ARM, yeah, it's ARM.
They make different types of chips. So they make more like the chips in your phone. They make all the chips in Apple's major smartphones, you know, smartwatches, things like that. They're really focused on like low wattage, small type things. They're based out of Cambridge, not the Cambridge in the United States, but the one in England. So Apple's been trying to acquire them. I'm sorry, Nvidia's been trying to acquire them for a little bit, and the deal is said to be up to $60 billion, which would have made it the largest chip purchased price ever. Like ever. That's a lot of money. Now, the idea was that Nvidia was going to buy them, and, you know, this is going to be good for the consumer because we're going to have more technology, we're going to be able to make more things and all the yada yada yada. Okay, but here's the thing. If we don't have ARM and all of our chips are now in from Nvidia, what reason does Nvidia have to lower the price?
Because it's run by good people. All right. No, continue.
Right. No. So if there's no competition in the market, we all know what happens. It's business. It's the capitalist society that rules the world. Okay? We're not stupid. No one's stupid. And apparently some you know, people in government also thought the same thing. So in fact, China, this is kind of funny because it's coming from China, right? They said, you know, if they do something like this would be a big hit to the market, and they would put China at a big disadvantage.
Yeah, they said you can't do that. Only we can do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like so infuriated when I read that from a Chinese op-ed. I'm like, are you kidding me? What is it? What? Okay, sorry, political. No. Yeah. So they said no. Britain said no, and America said no. The Federal Trade Commission sued to block the deal, saying it would stifle competition, give the company combined too much control over chip technology. The European Commission also launched an investigation into the deal last year. So that is what happened, and Nvidia says, you know what? We're cool. We're not going to go through with it. Now, here's the thing. There was a non-refundable $1 billion something thing that Nvidia already gave to ARM. So, I'm sorry. Yes, Nvidia already gave to ARM to like go through with the deal. So, you know, they get to keep that money for research or whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of cool.
Well, it's not that much money, but
I mean, it's a good chunk of change. You could buy like a hot dog with it or something. I don't know. So yeah, they got like $1 point something billion that was non-refundable, to be clear. And so yeah, Nvidia lost some money on this, but you know, to Nvidia, $1 billion is like, you know, that's probably how much it costs to get freaking the jacket made for the CEO there. So to update, ARM did say they would prepare for a public offering within the fiscal year ending in March of 2023. So that's going to be pretty cool. ARM might go public. They are currently not a public company, guys. If you guys didn't know. They might go public in 2023. My only problem with that is, just one last thing, Andrew. My only problem with that is that they might become bad if they go public, because now they got to worry about shareholders and not making good product. It just happened to a lot of companies.
I think they'll do well, and as far as chip makers go, I think they actually are kind of just, they strive to do better, not necessarily strive to make more money. Isn't the whole ARM architecture open source or whatever?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, so it is, but like, who has a machine to make chips, right?
Yeah, no, I know. Apple.
Yeah, they can afford billion-dollar, you know, freaking foundries and stuff. Yep.
But if Apple is a good example of what you can do with ARM-based processors, they've really moved their mobile lineup to ARM-based CPUs, APUs, whatever you want to call them, and they're great. They're the main reason why Apple isn't going to be Intel-based anymore.
Yep.
So it seems like when Nvidia was going to acquire ARM, they were sort of going to let ARM operate as ARM under Nvidia. So from ARM's point of view, great. We get some money and we basically have a company above us that has no chance of ever running out of money. So win-win. Since that didn't go through, I think going public is a logical move for ARM, because it's still going to allow them to get that some increased cash flow by going public, so that they can still pursue whatever they have that they're looking forward to in their research and development and production and whatever else, taking ARM to the next stage. So with that being said, I'm a little disappointed that the deal didn't go through. You know, monopolies aside, I think that much power in Nvidia's hands could have produced something just, you know, next level, next generation, just something we've never even seen before, with that much power and that much money. But yeah, I mean, there's the risk of monopolistic practices and cornering the market and setting the price and just being not a good company because you don't have to be. But I mean, I look at it as like, if you look at space exploration right now, you have a couple major companies. The two biggest, you know, headlining space exploration companies right now, I guess we can say three, are all run by billionaires, right? Basically,
as it should be.
The company has as much money as the billionaire decides it should have. So you look at that, and we're actually seeing major strides in space exploration.
Yeah.
Now you take like NASA, and the government says, yeah, we'll dedicate this much to space exploration and kind of not give them anything to work with. And next thing you know, they're renting out their, you know, launch sites to third-party companies. So I think like there are certain things where if you allow it to have a ton of money, then you will see great things. And I think this is one of those situations where we would have seen great things from it in terms of technology, not necessarily from a company
consumer friendly
to the market. Yeah. So whether or not Nvidia has the reputation of being kind of, maybe not always with the interest of the people in mind, but
yes, they actually do have the interest of people in mind, as in their pocketbooks.
Yeah, their own people. But that's just where I stand, and I have mixed feelings about it. But I think the outcome was fairly predictable.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
This wasn't just gonna happen. But if Nvidia has that much money just kicking around, I'm sure they can do something on their own too.
I mean, they could start their own foundry.
They could do whatever they want.
Yeah. I think, as I said before, when we're in a market like this where there's high demand for electronics, things start to get worse. I think later on, maybe in 2 or 3 years, things will get really nice again, like performance for value and all that. Right now, everything's going to kind of suck because, I mean, let's face it, guys, they don't need to make things better. We'll still buy it. If it exists, we'll buy it. So, I mean, that's why we have the freaking, 6500 card from AMD that can't even do decoding on video for the future.
I'm holding out for the 6400.
Based on the 6500 specs, the 6400 probably is gonna have a VGA out on it.